Indonesia, a country of over 70 islands, is home to more than 270 million people. As the fourth most populous nation, it has great potential in the digital era. Despite the large population, there are just over a million IT professionals. This is a growing field, but we face stiff competition from other countries. Globally, the demand for IT talent is huge, with over 10 million professionals needed annually. Indonesia must compete with other Asian countries to meet this demand. Indonesia's IT industry is growing fast, with big companies, startups, and government initiative. Indonesia is becoming a key player in Southeast Asia's digital economy. However, challenges remain. There's a shortage of skilled workers in areas like cybersecurity, software development, and data science. Cybersecurity is one of the most in-demand fields, but there are not enough trained professionals to meet the need. The shortage has serious consequences. Increasing cyber threats and data breaches show the urgent need for a skilled IT workforce.
Behind every application we use and every digital system we trust, there are IT talents working tirelessly to keep things running. But being an IT professional in Indonesia comes with its own unique set of challenges that are often hidden from plain sight. The first challenge is the skill gap. Industries are growing fast, demanding highly skilled IT professionals, but our education system often struggles to keep up. For example, while cybersecurity is critical, Indonesia still lacks tens of thousands of qualified professionals in this field alone. And for those outside major cities, accessing proper training or certification programs can be expensive or even impossible. Next is the high workload and constant pressure. IT talents often work long hours to meet deadlines, sometimes sacrifice their personal lives to ensure projects are completed on time. In some companies, there's an unspoken expectation to always be online and available. This culture leads to burnout, a growing issue among IT professionals. Another major challenge is the lack of recognition and rewards. Despite their critical role, many IT talents feel undervalued, both in terms of financial compensation and acknowledgement of their work. For instance, the average salary for IT professionals in Indonesia often falls far behind neighboring countries like Singapore or Malaysia, making it difficult to retain top talent. Despite these challenges, IT talents in Indonesia continue to innovate and preserve. They are the backbone of our digital transformation and the driving force behind our country's future in technology. But to truly unlock their potential, we need better support systems, stronger education, fairer recognition, and a healthier work culture. Together, we can build an ecosystem where IT talents thrive, not just survive.
In 2022 and 2023, the global tech industry experienced an unprecedented slowdown. Major companies like Meta, Google, and Amazon laid off thousands of employees. This domino effect reached Indonesia, where local startups and even established tech companies began to feel the chill. Indonesia, as a rapidly growing digital economy, wasn't immune to this trend. The flow of venture capital funding, a lifeline for startups, slowed down significantly. Data shows that startup funding in Indonesia dropped by nearly 40% in 2023 compared to its peak in 2021. For IT professionals, the tech winter was a harsh reality check. From January 2022 to May 2023, over 15,000 IT workers in Indonesia lost their job. Many of them struggled to find new opportunities. in an already saturated market, while others chose to pivot to entirely different industry. This winter wasn't just a time of hardship, it was also a time of reflection and adaptation. Many IT talent used this period to upskill, learning technologies like cloud computing, AI, and blockchain to stay relevant in an evolving industry. Startup, on the other hand, focus on building more sustainable business model. Next winter reminded us that even in the most innovative industry, resilience is key. As the industry begins to recover, what does the future hold for IT talent in Indonesia? How can they seize the opportunities of tomorrow while learning from the challenges of today? Let's explore in the next chapter future prospect of IT talent in Indonesia.
Don't worry, the world of technology continues to grow rapidly, and according to a survey by the World Economic Forum in 2020, the two technologies that will dominate the future are cloud computing and big data analytics. Data show that by 2025, more than 70% of companies worldwide plan to adopt cloud computing and big data as part of their core strategy. This growth is not just a trend, but also a necessity to adapt in digital era. Cloud computing provides companies with flexibility and efficiency in storing and managing data. It enables seamless collaboration, reduce infrastructure costs, and high scalability, a solution that is increasingly relevant in an increasingly connected world. Cloud computing provides companies with flexibility and efficiency in storing and managing data. It enables seamless collaboration, reduced infrastructure costs, and high scalability, a solution that is increasingly relevant, increasingly connected world. On the other hand, big data analytics is a key tool for extracting valuable insights from large amount of data. This technology enables companies to make faster, more precise, and data-driven discussion, helping them understand market trends, consumer behavior, and future predictions. Cloud computing and big data is the key to success in the era of digital transformation, with cloud computing supporting to large-scale data storage and processing, and big data analyzing that data to provide strategic value. Companies can achieve unprecedented efficiency and innovation. The future prospects of cloud computing and big data are very bright. With continued adoption, this technology will continue to be important pillars in building a smarter, safer, and more connected digital ecosystem. The future of technology starts today. Cloud computing and big data today is solution, for tomorrow is vision.
Despite the challenge, the tech winter brought opportunities for reflection and growth. Many IT talent use this period to upskill, focusing on technologies like cloud computing, AI, and blockchains. Startup, on the other hand, adopted leaner and more sustainable business models to weather the storm. The tech winter reminded us that resilience and adaptability are key in the ever-evolving tech industry. As we look ahead, a new chapter begins for IT professionals in Indonesia. What opportunities lie ahead, and how can we harness the lesson learned to build a brighter future? Let's explore in the next chapter. Future prospect of IT talent in Indonesia. The world of technology continues to evolve rapidly. According to the World Economic Forum 2020 survey, cloud computing and big data analytics are predicted to dominate the future. Cloud computing offers flexibility and efficiency for managing data, while big data analytics empowers business to make data-driven decisions. Together, this technology form the foundation of digital transformation, fostering collaboration among individuals, institutions, and the government. Indonesia can become a hub of technological innovation in Southeast Asia. Together, we can transform challenges into opportunities and build a smart, safer, and more continued future.
Saya Afriel Dilfuiza. Di sini saya adalah mahasiswa semester akhir, ya 7 mau ke 8 akhir, yang dimana kesibukannya itu udah mulai menyusun skripsi, dan untuk backgroundnya itu adalah teknik informatika.
Menurut Bang El, pelajaran IT yang udah pelajarin di kampus itu cukup nggak sih buat di industri kerja sekarang gitu?
Sejujurnya untuk ilmu yang didapatkan dari kampus untuk menjenjang ke dunia pekerjaan itu nggak cukup sih, karena NF itu lebih mendalami teoritis, yang dimana mahasiswa harus mengejar eh, secara teori, by teori. Tapi ketika di dunia kerja itu kebanyakan orang itu butuh hasil, yang dimana hasil itu adalah praktek. Dan apalagi kita sebagai anak IT kan, anak IT itu kebanyakan orang menganggap oh IT ini bisa apa aja gitu, yang mungkin
Iya.
perkiraannya salah gitu ya. Pasti kita ada bidangnya masing-masing kan. Cuman ya gitu, kita harus memenuhi ekspektasi mereka sebagai anak IT. Yang basic-basic aja lah kita belajar.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, today we have something special for you. We're going to interview one of our amazing alumni who has already stepped into the professional world of IT. Through this interview, we'll explore the real challenges of being an IT talent in Indonesia, straight from someone who's experienced it firsthand. So, let's dive in and hear their story. Oke, Assalamualaikum Kak Mutia.
Halo, Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
Okay,
wabarakatuh.
here our guests who present already. Kak Mutia, can you introduce yourself to us? Tell us your name, the year you graduated, and what you're currently working on.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Mutia Farah Hidayah. You can call me Farah, and I graduated from STT Terpadu Nurul Fikri in 2024. And currently, I'm working as a graphic designer and a web developer freelance on some travel company.
Wih,
That's
okay, that's a cool starter from that. Mashallah. Okay, thank you for sharing that. It's really inspiring to hear your journey. Now let's talk about the main topic of this interview. That's the challenges of being an IT talent in Indonesia. The first question, do you think the IT lessons you got in college are enough to prepare you working in the work industry? Can you answer it now?
Okay. In my opinion, it's enough or not. It's really depends on your perspective. But if you're only rely on what's taught by lecturer, what lecturer said, what lecturer teach, I think it's not enough. As student, we also need to seek knowledge from various other sources to stay updated with the technology, with the insight, or anything else.
Okay. So it depends of the student, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, let's get to the second question. Have you ever had to learn something on your own because what was taught in college didn't match the needs of the job? If yes, what platform did you learn from it?
Yes, I have. For example, I used like decoding, like Codepolitan, or I joined some mini course to deep my knowledge, especially in web development.
Okay. So you learn something on your own at decoding and other platform. Okay.
Yes.
Next to the third question, is the workload at your job heavy? Do you often work overtime? lembur?
Okay. It's often heavy, and I frequently work overtime due to the tight deadlines. And I think the assigned tasks assigned to me is too many, and
Okay.
it's don't always align with the company workforce capacity.
Oh, okay. Are you a human or a robot?
I think I'm assigned I as a robot.
Okay. Okay, next to the fourth question. Have you ever felt completely exhausted, like experiencing burnout? If so, what caused it?
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, burnout is happens, yeah, because of the tight deadlines and so many tasks, and especially in situation where uh, we don't have well planned
Oh yeah.
project.
Okay. So you feel exhausted when your work, when your job is too much and didn't have time to rest enough. Yeah?
Yes, even in my dream, I dream about my project.
Dreaming about job. Okay, next to the fifth question. If you could suggest improvements, how could your company create a more relaxed and less stressful work environment? If you could suggest.
For the suggestion, I think my company must implement the better management,
Hmm.
um, more,
See.
more well-planned project,
Hmm.
done for in advance, and I think we must add the new employee because the work is not worth about the time.
Oh yeah, I see.
That's why I always overtime work.
Yeah. Uh, if company hear this, you're gonna add new employee. Okay. The sixth question next. What do you think about the current IT job, the current IT job market in Indonesia? Are there enough opportunities for fresh graduate, even for us, undergraduate?
Hmm. Uh, like the first question, there's a, there's are enough opportunities for fresh graduates, but you must have well prepared about your knowledge, about your skill, and if you're only rely on what a lecturer say, lecturer teach, I think the change is can be smaller.
Oh yeah, okay. So it depends. It
Yes, it depends what you learn or what you make.
okay, depends on the student. Okay, the last question maybe. Uh, it's the yeah. What advice? What your valuable messages? What advice would you give to us as IT undergraduates so we can compete better in the job market?
Hmm. I think what your lecturers teach in the class is just a surface of the knowledge you'll need. The rest depends on you again,
Okay.
whether you want to dive deeper or stay in the surface. Because I think as a web programmer,
Yeah.
it's not enough to just learn programming languages like Python or JavaScript and others. It's not enough. You must learn about the security, the database, and now we know the technology like AI, machine learning,
Hmm.
or maybe like CI/CD. That's we don't um, have in the class.
Oh yeah.
So, but I think you don't have to go deep, dive into this topic, but at least you know what will you sell, what will you talk about your skill if you're on the job interview, or you maybe can see the job opportunities and read the requirement, so you know what the company right now needs you. Yeah, like that.
Okay. Yeah, I get that. So we have to see or look at the requirement. Uh, okay, all right. Maybe only that we can ask you and interview yourself. Maybe we have to say thank you to Kak Farah has been interviewed. Alhamdulillah.
Okay,
Thank
thank
you
you
very
so
much.
much for inviting me.
Thank you very much for having us. Mungkin that's all, guys. Maybe we meet in another chance. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.